Hi, my name is Spencer Wan. I'm an animator from Georgia, and I was the animation director on Castlevania and an animator on Boruto. So today I'm gonna watch some anime clips and basically just tell you what I think about them. Okay, so this is drawn by Noria Matsumoto, and it was storyboarded by Sushi Wakabayashi. This is actually the clip that inspired me to become an animator. It's, for one thing, very well storyboarded. All of the action is completely clear despite the fact that the characters are moving so much and so quickly. Noria Matsumoto has this way of drawing the characters that is slightly simpler and I think a lot more appealing. Up until this point, the characters have been covered in highlights and shadow, and while that gives off a really polished look, I think this gives it much more character, and I think a lot of animators would agree with me. The choreography is really special here. While it's tempting as an animator to make characters just jump and flip around, Noria Matsumoto tends to really work out his action sequences so the characters are doing very believable martial arts movements. He tended to use a lot of smears earlier on in his career. A smear is when you kind of stretch the limits of the character, and it just makes his stuff very, very fluid. Even though there's less drawings in it than you would see in, say, a Disney cartoon, he can get between those poses in like a much smoother way by using these frames, and it adds a lot of character to the way they move. Okay, so this is an animation from Naruto as well. This is a clip from Takeshi Honda. The thing that always gets me about this specific clip and about his animation in general is that he's so comfortable with character acting just from the body language. You can tell she's drunk, you don't even see this guy's face, and yet you get that, you know, he's going to do something bad to her just from his body language. That's something that takes years of experience. Yeah, the way he draws the human body is basically perfect, especially on like a big feature like this where he has more time to consider how the things should move. If you even just look at the detail of the bartender while he's moving, there was no reason to put so much effort into it, and yet he's done it anyway. This is from Mob Psycho. It's almost abstraction. The way the characters move and the way the characters are interacting with the stuff around them, it basically takes the back seat to just creating a feeling, or at least that's the way I've always looked at it. It's a marvel of animation, honestly. It's almost like animators just animating for the sake of animating and for nothing else. Man, the effects in here are just needlessly complicated. I couldn't imagine drawing something this complicated. You really feel the passion behind it. This next sequence is from Maidan Abyssum. A lot of the ending of it was animated by Ko Yoshinari, who is actually the brother of Yo-Yo Shinari, who created Little Witch Academia. While Yo-Yo Shinari's work tends to be really snappy and dynamic, Ko Yoshinari's work focuses a lot more on the weight of the character, but I think the thing that really stands out is that he has a very specific way of compositing his effects. When you're working with a Japanese timesheet, you actually get to ask for a lot of different compositing treatments. And Ko Yoshinari, I think, tends to be a lot more involved with how his effects are handled. So if you see something like a blast of fire or a blast of wind, you can bet that Ko Yoshinari's effect is going to look like it's basically 3D. His characters can easily be mistaken for 3D as well. Not so much in this clip. I think he is drawing in a much more stylized way here. I think my favorite part of this is definitely the monster. You can see earlier in the clip it's handled more like a typical anime would be, but later on in the clip he's stylized into this much blobbier, kind of lineless shape. I think that really makes it stand out from the rest of the show, you know, and makes it feel different and strange and scary. Oh, this is from Devilment Crybaby. If you're gonna talk about experimentation and abstraction, you really have to look at Yuasa. Yuasa and the people over at Science Sword have developed this style where they take the original traditional animation that's probably on 2s or maybe 3s, and they in-between it digitally to 1s, which is what you're seeing going on with this beast guy here. Man, you can really see it on those tiers too. The character's only in between that way in a few of the scenes, but it makes everything look extremely smooth. I'm really into this last cut where the guy is drawn completely off model and then just turns into a sketch. That sort of thing really speaks to Yuasa and their animation team's strengths, I think. Just very boldly doing something completely over the top and weird. I'm Spencer Wan, and thanks for watching me rant about anime for the past few minutes.